I want to see what type of map this is. I've actually never heard of this map until I had to download it this morning with the mod set change for FNF. They updated a bunch of new maps. A few, again, I haven't seen before, or I've seen in other mod sets like
couldn't slot just before we went and loaded
round 2s of
If they can't slot, they'll have to disconnect and reconnect.
EU. But it looks like some sort of jungle-esque map.
Alrighty, can I get a brief from our mission maker?
Of course you can. So uplink, non-sequential, one of the new maps. Trying out some new presets with the uniforms. If you see any weird things, just because it's the new ones, and you got something you probably shouldn't have, just leave them somewhere. Else we should be good. It's PLA versus UK. They won't have appropriate weapons to that because the Cubicid are vanilla weapons, and I haven't said any.
Hey, Grounders, how you doing?
Yet.
Yeah, Marshy
Nemesis,
and
did you use the PLA backpacks?
Jungle. We'll see how that goes.
Or did
I think I used the PLA one once, if I remember correctly. It should work. I think it just did it.
in my tech?
All right, I'm going to jump up. They're just talking about technical things. They did add PLA, which is a little bit of a buggy mod, but there's a lot of good stuff that you can still pick apart from it. And I think they're talking about they put that in the kit. So we'll see how everything's go. And someone just poked me with another thing, but they didn't poke me with their thing. They said I'm streaming. I'm like, I don't know what your username is. So I might have to, I'll just add it next round. It's fine. Because at this point, we're starting here. So Barb will join me 1 second.
Hello, Father. I have returned once again.
Hi to you too, Barb. All right. I need you to set up. Someone just gave me their stream last second, so I gotta take care of that.
Absolutely. I haven't even updated my multi yet, so I will cover for you. This is one of the new maps in the new mod pack for Friday Night Fights. It's Lagi Sola. It's like a weird spelling.
Well, the server's not lagging. What are you talking about? Just fucking.
Fuck you. I was gonna make a lag.
Love you too.
I was gonna.
Too late.
I want to kiss you on the lips.
Get fucked.
But hey, you offering?
No, just talk about the fucking units, please.
Okay, you're the one who's off to a great start. Yeah, this is one of the new maps for Friday Night Fights. It looks very tropical, very swampy, kind of like Tria, but better.
Yeah, better optimized, you'd say.
Absolutely. Well, I was just say better, but I don't like Tria personally. But hey, if you like it, it's your deal. Anyway, yeah, we have. Everyone seems to be initializing properly, so that looks to be good. And we're having GREENFOR attacking BLUFOR in a non-sequential terminal uplink mission. So unlike the rush mission from the second round of EU today, GREENFOR can attack these terminals in any order they wish. Starting, do you want to go over objectives or kits first?
Let's do kits because I'm already looking at BLUFOR. It appears to be standard. It's the UK kits again from EU2. So they're doing a test run of those kits as well in the NA branch. Nemesis has been working on these new ones because again they added a bunch of mods such as Chinese PLA. Did they add 3CB? I forget if they did or didn't.
I don't think so. If they did, I haven't seen any assets from that strike me as 3CB yet.
I'm just wondering how they got all the UK patchwork in. So they brought a mod in to facilitate that. But otherwise, it's standard. It's just, how would you put it? British skins with US weaponry and gear. So your standard 5.56. 249s as a squad weapon. 240 Bravo as the Charlie 1 and Foxtrot 1 and Foxtrot 2 machine gun teams. And I'm looking for Charlie 2 here. It's used by Victor, and it's a Carl Gustav recoilless rifle again. Vehicle-wise, we've got a 1117, the 20mm machine gun. GMG will be scripted out to fire a 7.62 instead. So it's basically just a more mobile BTR with, you know, its powerful penetrating weapon and then, you know, a coax style weapon. While we have 2 armed Humvees, one that is a 240 Bravo, one that's a 50 cal, 2 quad bikes for transport, 6 other transport trucks, and where is that Huey? Or was it given to GREENFOR? I think it was given to GREENFOR, my bad.
Yes, GREENFOR does have a Huey. Speaking of GREENFOR, if you're you don't have
Yeah, go ahead.
we actually do have the People's Liberation Army of China as the aggressors for GREENFOR today.
Neat.
Very interesting uniforms and camo and everything, using the standard 7.62 pattern AKs, AKMs, SVD for the marksmen, PKPs, PKMs, etc. I'm trying to find their Mac Gunner. I see a couple RPG 26s.
Yes, the GMG was...
They probably just have the RPG 32 Alamut, but otherwise, as far as transporting vehicles,
the GMG was scripted out, the grenade machine gun. So yes, the 40. It's either a 20mm or 40mm. I always forget.
M2 technicals, which strikes me as
There's no grenade machine gun.
they're using M2s, and then a few, actually a decent handful of Ural transport trucks. So fairly standard kit, a fresh coat of paint with the PLA uniforms and helmets. I like the little badges on the front of them. Makes for a great little bullseye for any marksman.
Barb, can I just ask? I said that they scripted out the grenade machine gun of the 1117 to a 7.62, right? I'm not crazy. My chat's throwing up. Okay.
It's 7.62 and 50 cal.
50 cal. Yeah, exactly. Because a grenade machine gun is pretty OP in PvP, infantry v infantry. So
if they're saying it, then they haven't been around and they're stupid and they're stinky.
That's fine. And then when you have the Gazes, for example, when it has both the AGS and the PKM, they always script out the AGS. And then the Apache fight we saw in round 3, they scripted out those frickin' 20mm cannons for 7.62 M3 134s instead, because balance. But otherwise, I mean, that's it for faction 7.62 v 5.56. You say it's even. Let's agree to disagree there, but...
Yes, I will gladly accept that. It is. I will not say that it is. I'll concede it's not perfectly even. If it was 5.56 versus 5.56, or even 5.45 versus 5.56, then it would be more even. But the 7.62 by 39 caliber that they use that's the same kind of intermediate caliber assault rifle cartridge.
You know what's really funny about GREENFOR spawn? And I'm going to start looking around the rest of the map too real quick. But a lot of the fortified positions are literally just ZEC template imports.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Or at the very least, inspired from. Because some of these look new, like especially on GREENFOR spawn, these look a little bit customized. But it's the same kind of textures and props and whatnot. So this is like
BLUFOR primary rifle is
I'm getting a good 45
5.56 base rifle
with 120 people on the server.
Mix of M4, I believe.
Let's see what happens once the action starts, of course. But
or that might be
I'm liking this. There's a big line of stuff in Sentiani, but I don't think they'll be part of the battle. Lots of I really like this map so far.
It looks good. The reason it's not that laggy on the frames, if you go into the sky and you look down, you'll notice that the trees are kind of patchy, so there's a lot of room between trees themselves. It's not over-bloated with them, which is why your frames are actually going quite well in that regard. So, it's good to see a new map, and it's got a nice mix of fortified areas too, and it feels like a more military-esque style map, which I'm A-okay with.
Yes, absolutely. So from there, moving on to the terminals. Over at Terminal 1, the town of Verno. Looks to be kind of a Tanoan-esque little town. Have a big old church in the middle where the terminal is located. Church is not enterable, unfortunately. No war crimes will happen today.
I honestly don't know why he's louder than me. I've even turned him down.
Otherwise, a bunch of houses to defend, lots of walls, a nice little rock ridge on the northwestern side. And they could probably... yes, there's also a battle tower up on the hill itself on the northwest.
I've turned him down even more.
Very easily spot out any incoming convoys. Your opinions on Terminal 1?
Terminal 1... Sorry, I was dealing with some audio level stuff.
Gotcha.
I mean, again, it's got a bunch of ZEC templates around it, so... I mean, it's pretty defensible. The only issue I see in the holes of the defenses is that it is open to the east, and there is
Yeah.
no good cover to it, with the exception of this little, I guess you would call it a little, it's not a ridge, it's just a little hill, I guess would be, for lack of a better term.
Rocks, yeah.
Yeah, but they can, it's still within BLUFOR territory, so they can use the Ace Fortify tool and build a little bit of defensive to guard in that direction, but the building itself... you can't go into it, but the terminal, it's on the front of this large cathedral-type structure. So...
There are some like little outcroppings and
Yeah.
what am I thinking? Like a porch. It's got a lot of overhangs and porches and stuff around
and
the terminal to defend it.
some of these buildings, even though they're cupped, they're the newer ones, so they're partially enterable on the second story. So there's, you know, good second-story coverage. The only big cereal box, for lack of a better term, for the cathedral is the cathedral, because you can't enter it, so...
Yes, unfortunately.
Not a bad AO here. Definitely one of the better ones to defend. I wonder what... I think BLUFOR is actually scuttling it, because normally with 3 objectives to defend, you always have... BLUFOR, whatever the defending faction is, they'll pick 2 of them to defend, and they'll scuttle the third one. That way, they only have to divide their units between 2 instead of 3. Sometimes they'll like go up and put an explosive trap. Speaking of explosive traps, I mean terminals are built for explosive traps, but we'll have to see what happens in that regard. But let's look at Terminal 2. What do you got for that?
Terminal 2 is just, it's the where BLUFOR spawned, and it is merely an IDAP camp.
Camp in the middle of nowhere.
Being put up around it, which makes me think that they are indeed scuttling this one as well. Everyone's going off east, so I think we might have all eggs in one basket over at Terminal 3. But yeah, as far as Terminal 2, I understand why they did it. It's pretty flat and open compared to the rest of the area. Not a lot of tree cover, not a lot of terrain cover. Yeah, if I was in BLUFOR's shoes, I would also abandon this one.
Real quick, I think the forces that were still at Terminal 2 that are now moving, they're not going to go on defense. They're going to do a counterattack strategy, because that is all of their armed Vics. And we've seen, especially last week, no, it was 2 weeks ago, NA Round 1, 1117 caught an entire truck full of GREENFOR dudes out of position and murdered them all, and they were the defending faction was able to win that round because the 1117 went aggressive and basically killed, like, what, 13, 14 dudes in a truck?
It was a full squad. It was like 12,
yeah.
15, yeah. It was a big dozen or so.
I mean, we just don't, we don't only have the 1117 tonight. We got both of the Humvees, one with a 50, one with a 762. So we might see a repeat of that. So GREENFOR is going to have to be really careful coming into this AO.
With unarmored Urals.
Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of room, too, because, again, this isn't thick jungle. They could drive off to the side, but BLUFOR can, you know, form a nice bit of a battle line here, have the vehicles go 50 to 75 meters out left and right, and they can comb for them. And if they come in from the flank, they could potentially catch a squad or 2 out of position. So I'm curious to see how GREENFOR defends themselves. But let's look at Terminal 1 here.
You mean Terminal 3?
3, my bad.
Yes, Terminal 3 is actually like a toss-up between Terminal 1 and Terminal 3. I personally, I would enjoy defending Terminal 1 more, but I think Terminal 3 is the right play. We have this pretty nice defensive structure on the northeastern side where the terminal actually is. It's in this little Malden bunker.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not bad. They've put a charge in there already, so I hope they like hold the bunker from the inside, but because the only way to get into this bunker is from the door that is exposed not only to the ridges and everything, but from the top of the battle tower. If Carpenter sets up with like a 240 over there, whatever he might have, he has good eyes on the only entrance in there, and then he can tell whoever has the charge to blow it. Apart from that, we are seeing some players put together some other defenses. We have another Malden bunker inside of it, kind of like a Saipan or Iwo Jima, where the Japanese built defenses into the terrain. That's very interesting. I don't know if that was, I think that was just here. I don't know if that was Mission Maker or map design, but
that's map design.
Yeah, that's really cool. Apart from that, another bunker overwatching the approach. We have players adding to it with bunkers and HESCO barriers, and of course the rusted out battle tower towards the back. We also have an additional way to get in this area from the east, though this is a long valley with a lot of structures, a lot of bunkers defending it, and that's going to be equally, if not even harder, to crack than the main approach from the road. And actually, if you go south of like, you see where the terminal dot is, go what is that, it's about 300 meters south. There's a hole in the floor that you need to see.
300 meters south from where the terminal is itself?
Yes, grid ref 029027.
I think I found it. That little back way?
No, it's a hole. It's a pit. You see where all the rusted out buildings are?
Yep.
Just south of that, right across the rock.
What, with the east wind device?
Yes.
Where's the pit?
That is a pit, and apparently it's filled with water too.
Yeah, no, that's interesting.
And if you look at the car, looks really fucked up. If you look at it, it looks like warbled. I don't know. That's weird, but I don't know.
That's weird. All right.
According to Sparky, that it's in the map's lore that has gravitational anomalies. So, I think we're getting sidetracked. My apologies.
Neat.
But neat. That's what I would say. Yes.
All right, but I mean, with this last terminal site here, it's a little bit of what, I don't want to call it a glass cannon because that means something else, but having the terminal on the immediate edge and all of these fortifications layered back here, I feel like there's a lot of dudes that aren't going to be properly positioned. I don't think we're going to see this wide of attack. Like, I don't know. It just, this one kind of rubs me the wrong way.
What, Terminal 3 in general, or the setup?
Because it's like right off the edge, and we have BLUFOR deploying like everywhere along this rock face. I feel like someone's just gonna drive up to it, yoink it, and leave. You know, like something weird like that.
Yeah, and I think actually with these HESCOs, let me check the angle again. Yeah, those HESCO barriers have actually blocked the battle tower's line of sight into the bunker. So that is now pretty much a defunct position to guard the terminal itself. And GREENFOR does know exactly where the terminal is, unlike in Search and Destroy, where they get a rough area of the cache. They know exactly.
Demo guy left. I'm trying to see where he put that explosive trap.
I can double check that by...
So, some forces are at Terminal 1 now. I saw a demo guy leave one of the Humvees. I'm trying to find where he put a satchel, because that would be perfect if they're scuttling this one, but I cannot seem to find it, so I'll check back later. But otherwise, mission has started. He's actually not putting it on the terminal. He might actually be building more fortifications, but either way, we have smoke coming from the independent spawn.
Yeah.
It was both of their off-road 50 cals. I don't know what they did, but all right, those two are gone. They're disabled, so I think they armored them.
Either they armored them and the people got out unscathed, or no, I think they might have scuttled them in case BLUFOR raids their spawn, which I have.
Possibly. So just a choice of assets. We've got Ghostler, aka Boston, and Schult dismounted from a truck, armed Humvee. They're looking around. 117 ready to go. But GREENFOR appears to be pushing all of their units along one flank. We also had a group get deployed via air. Nope, never mind. They came in a Ural. And they are just going to literally go up the MSR into Terminal 1.
Ghoster has spotted part of the convoy, at least the tail end of it with gold.
That's perfect. He needs to send the 117, which I think the 117 is immediately going.
Yeah.
And it's going to try to harass the rear of it, but Op4 is already dismounting, so it might be a little too late for that, unfortunately.
It might be a little late for a fish in the barrel moment, but this
It could still harass on the rear.
And take out the BTRs.
But it's not moving, it's staying there. So BLUFOR playing this as a cautious defense. Independent going in an all eggs in one basket strategy. They're going to just try to steamroll through the AOs, which They're probably going to get through pretty well because Terminal 1 doesn't really have anything on it. Terminal 2 doesn't really have anything on it. Terminal 3 is all there, so this will pretty much be a mountainous fortress style with the rocks on Terminal 3, but it's going to be close because, again, the thing's right on the edge, so just a few well-placed smoke grenades, they'll be able to get right on top of it. But enhanced movement is also back, and I'm willing to bet we might see some independent guys crawl over some of the ridge lines here, but...
Absolutely. Over near Terminal 1, Spudro Puva moving in close with their quad bike. They're just trying to get some eyes on the terminal town itself. And
Charlie 1
the
machine gun team.
Very close to their position. Not close enough to be an actual threat. And it's actually...
717 driving into Independence dismount point. I think they might have spotted... Gunner might have spotted them because he's looking in that direction, but it might be too far. But, I mean, from GREENFOR side, I can see that 117. It's just a matter of can the 117 see that. But the gunner is now turning to the front instead of the side. So, yeah, no, they haven't spotted them yet.
I don't think so either. If they continue over here or they get any work... Oh, they turn right here. They're actually going to be right in front of this entire...
Yeah, we also have the Humvee pushed up. It's Cholt with the 50 cal, and he is now firing into independent forces on the rear. Shots are going just short here. And you have the BTRs engaging the 117 to the south, and it is now pulling right into the Charlie 1 group.
So from the south. Oh, yep, and the 117 just ran into Spudro. And the 117 is flipped.
Amazing. Now, there, Apuva has the machine gun, but he's not looking in that direction, so he doesn't know. Does Spudro see? No, so they're hiding, so they have no idea that the 117 flipped. Otherwise, there'd be some free kills. They just heard the engine go off, though. Apuva is now looking out. He sees that the 117's flipped, and he's got to be quick.
Yep, he's going to open up.
Knocks out one of them. That wreck was the gunner. As they were trying to remount it. That is unlucky for BLUFOR right there.
He flipped it over. I guess they have a script now to unflip vehicles, but yeah. He's now going to be left behind. Spudro's now he's poking his head out as well. And yeah, I don't blame Sideways for...
Ooh. Rocket hits the that might have been a miss, actually, but I don't see any damage on the Humvee that would have killed somebody. Might have been his... No, his gunner was turned in. I think they're moving up to try to cover the 117, but Wreck is dead. Double tap probably by Spudro here. Let me check the roster. No, it was Apuva who finished him off.
Yeah, I just kept tapping at him with that big old 7.62 by 54.
Yep. BTR is now engaging the Humvee with that 14.5 millimeter. No damage, though.
Yeah, that's Standers in there. Good players tonight. This could be a very fierce fight, could be a very quick fight. We'll see what happens. Schultz now coming in to where the 117 flipped, trying to investigate what happened. Because
Apuva might try to set up here at the PKP. He is reloading a new box into it, but he's probably going to miss his opportunity here because that Vic is... No, it stopped.
Stopped as you were saying something. Cholt is very much exposed.
Don't you love it when they do that?
Ghoster in the turret there. He is very much exposed from all sides as he sticks his head out. But
GREENFOR Huey flying over Terminal 3. Trying to get some recon data. They're going to see the fortifications, though. But since this is a new map, I'm not sure. Nope, they spotted some BLUFOR guys with a 50 cal. Actually got a few hits here. I see some blood. And that M2 is trying to respond. But yeah, no, they're going to know that there's fortifications there at the very least.
Yeah, so they might deduce that that's going to be the major concentration of BLUFOR defenses.
GREENFOR
Golf went over here. They're still holding and with Coac.
Got a pincer movement forming here.
Long they're going to stay here, if they're just going to leave at the first sign of contact, but they have a green wave heading their way. They should be ready to move in a moment's notice.
Yeah, it's forming a pincer movement here that are going to attack from the west and potentially the north or northeast, depending on if that northern group decides to swing around more or go directly in. They're going to see the fortifications here. They're going to be cautious, but there's only two guys defending, one with the 240 Bravo, I mean, Koak could potentially see how bad it's getting, get in the Humvee and leave. And I know one of them's an engineer. I just never saw that explosive trap go down. So I don't know if it's down or if they're holding it, but that would be a really great position to make an explosive trap on, because you have everyone here and someone's going to have to touch that terminal and you'll get an instantaneous notification when that happens. Or at the very least, there's a few buildings or angles you can hide in to look if that charge goes off, but we never see him pull that. Now we're seeing the Huey fire back on the Humvee here. Humvee returns fire, but yeah, they're just using that Humvee to get the Huey to get some preliminary scouting data, so the force knows what they're getting into.
And that's exactly what the Huey wanted, is for that Humvee to start opening up. So without even having to communicate the fact that, oh hey, someone's there, they're hearing gunfire from the town. Okay, hostile. And that's when they can start to take it seriously and, you know that there are enemies here, versus just going into an empty town. It's a different mindset, even though they don't know exactly what is there.
The 50 cal Humvee's pulled in and is also looking up, trying to fire at that Huey.
And there it goes as well. We'll see if they're able to land some hits on the tail rotor.
Nah, they're not even close.
Look,
50 cal got close, but it went over. Again,
Yeah.
the pilot's doing a really good job. It's Bassbeard in there, maintaining a far enough away orbital, similar to what we saw in EU Round 2 with the Little Bird GAU 19 pod doing strikes on the southern AO. They were maintaining a good distance, so the machine guns on the ground couldn't line up a proper shot, and thus they were being very safe on their strikes.
GREENFOR actually has a 4-way pincer maneuver happening with 2-man teams on the southwest and southeast. Southwest, we have Vagrant and Buckets, who has that RPG-7. Does he have a scope? No, he just has the irons on it. So he might be able to get a lucky hit on one of these Humvees.
I wouldn't call it a 4-way. I would call it just the 2-way pincer with a machine gun team overwatching the southeast and an AT team overwatching the southwest. It's still 2 main pincers here. As I say that, yeah, Schultz, he killed a BTR crew.
Yeah, Olaf's still alive in there, but his driver's dead, and Olaf can't wake up. BTR otherwise is fine, so they can recrew it fine, but yeah, that's
with the spaces of these trees. I mean, it really does promote the ability to do fast attack runs with the cars. That's why I really hope it was a mishap with Independent that they didn't like scuttle those Vics. Like, I hope it was an accident, because this map is actually really perfect for this type of warfare. But Olaf has now woken up from the BTR, but he didn't notice the 240 Vic crossing through, driving right into Scandi Recon.
And that's the armored Humvee, so it's going to take a beating before it goes down.
The biggest threat here. Yeah, so they're doing a really good job not to run anyone over. Gunner just went down. They found an angle on him. But you got to remember.
There's the other BTR.
Yep, it's trying to follow.
And it hit.
Vic crashed, and trying to get by. Machine gunners are dunking ammo into there. And I think the driver just went down. Yeah, because the frontal windshield got broken by Spudro with the... No, he had an AK there. Puva was the one with the machine gun.
The gunner's still up in there, so Spudro's going to have to hop up. And, there, he woke up for a second, but then went back down.
Yeah, no, the gunner went down first. But this map really promotes using fast-moving attack picks to get behind things like BTR-80s to mow them down with 50 cals and whatnot.
Lots of hills and stuff to go between.
I'll be curious to see if BLUFOR actually, Independent actually take this Vic. The engine's still good. It's a working 12.7, not 12 point, 7.62 Vic. And they could still use it to their advantage. Plus, the engineer that potentially put a charge on this sector is now dead. So,
yeah,
someone to pop that off. But I don't think, other than Pads dying in the BTR, that's, what, 2 kills to 1 kill?
Yeah.
Plus, you had Wreck die earlier in the 1117, so in terms of vehicle assets, Independent maintaining their numbers advantage here, and I wouldn't say trade evenly so far, but, you know, knocking out a Humvee will definitely help him out. Yeah, that Golf guy, geez, he just took a full magazine of pistol ammo. They had to pull out the PKP to double tap him. They double tapped him so hard his body disappeared, leaving the gun.
Get a free M72. And not to mention the 240 vehicle as well.
Yeah, should they choose to use it, but
Should they choose-
timing-wise, we're about a little over 15 minutes for this round with no resistance. Huey flying over Terminal 3 again. But GREENFOR does need to step it up a little bit, but, I mean, time-wise, they still got 35 minutes to, you know, go to Sector 2, see that it's empty, and then move to Sector 3 and, you know, siege it for a good 15 to 20 minutes. You just gotta hope by then that there's not a rush going on, because that's gonna mean that GREENFOR is, more likely to make a mistake. When I say rush in this case, I mean a rush for time if there's, you know, the 15-minute warning called, because usually at that point, people start charging in and making really nasty mistakes. So we saw it with round 3 of EU. It wasn't a timer, though. It was the point value with GREENFOR.
Real quick, Terminal 1 hack has started. Do want to mention that? But if you look at Terminal 2, there's a lone BLUFOR guy at the spawn. However, he is not AFK.
That is a really cool spot.
It's really cheeky. We'll see what he's able to do with it. If he can take out a couple people as they run up to it, I mean, who knows?
See, but I wish he had an explosive satchel. Like, that would have been perfect for right there, you know?
Lex part of golf team, so he's technically an engineer, or meant to be crew. I think he might have been meant to be part of the 117 as a commander, but instead he elected to stay back and act as similar to what we saw with Terminal 1, just a little far on the side, be a little bit of harassment, keep GREENFOR on their toes, especially with a Huey.
That Huey's being really accurate.
Terminal 3, we'll see.
No, the Huey's delivering the fire. It actually just killed a dude next to one of the M2s. It was perfectly suppressing the M2. They pulled off, and he's dead. So really good gunnery up there. You rarely see helicopter kills, unless the ground units are really close together. But that was pretty spot on. Hot damn. So it's Bassbeard gunning. Wells is the pilot, unless it's no, it's glitching out. It's giving the pilot the kills, but that was Wells is shooting. So that was pretty well done.
Pretty well's done.
Okay. Anyway, Hack 1 has finished. It is beeping. You're about to see it explode.
That's a.
I love it.
That is an attack.
Your mic cut out.
It's fine. Apart from that,
I'm
almost at.
I don't know if I'll
two,
add channel
and
points
I'm
back. It was
excited
just
to see
something
what they
annoying
do
that I
with this
wanted to get
truck.
rid of
It's
for the meantime.
obviously, like, still here, and it's
So-
actually, one of the armored.
Last time we saw this strategy get used, it was a pain in the ass. It was on Viralati. And it was, I don't know if it was Pierce or somebody else, but it was someone that knew what they were doing. And he was able to provide a little bit of harassment, and then he got completely decked on. After he got in, and the vehicle just started suppressing the shit out of the canvas tent. So I'm not sure. I'm half tempted to see if Stanners is gonna realize this and perhaps start doing that as well, because that was really funny to watch. But
Yeah,
he might get away with it.
It's scenarios like these that I've mentioned a couple of times, like when attacking a side walks into an empty objective, they don't like sprint for the objective. They still take it apart piece by piece and very methodically clear it. And it's because of people like Alec, who just stay behind one person, no reason to. They're on a suicide mission,
Yep.
no rhyme or reason, but they're going to be a thorn in the side to keep them on their toes.
BLUFOR Marksman team being engaged by Delta 2 and Delta 1 of Independent.
That's impressive that they were able to spot them from that distance with this fog.
Nightshade started, I don't know who started the engagement, if they were trading rounds before, and then Delta was able to line up and start engaging everything.
So, Stanners did open up on the other BLUFOR truck that's hiding by a bush, thinking that someone was hiding in there. We'll see if he... Because Electric seems a bit more inconspicuous. Opening up on the tent. The other tent as well, just using that 7.62, not wasting the 14.5.
Yep.
Same with the other machine gun team over here by the Humvee. Oh, and right into the canopy.
He's playing dead. He's lowering himself so he doesn't get hit. He's also putting himself in the part of the Vic that isn't canvas, that has a little bit of armor. That's smart. Shot going right over his head.
Oh yeah, I am very surprised that he's not dead or even hurt. If it was at 14.5, I think it would pierce through that thing like a hot knife through butter. But the 7.62 is just.
Both will penetrate, but both rounds they went over and around him. I don't see any blood underneath the Vic, so he wasn't hit at all.
Me neither. Yeah.
Lucky. That's just luck at that point.
More shots going in, and oh, that hits a leg in the legs. That was a rifle, though.
They have no idea he's in there, though. Like,
oh, they are really
Jesus.
focused on that truck. He needs to bandage himself quick. Why do they think he's in there? They keep focusing that truck. Are they really just that paranoid? And they have every right to be. Now Gen Kill is coming in. If he pokes his head, that man was inches from death. Alec tries to line up a shot, but he's too mobile. He can't get a clean shot. Daniel's running up. He's gonna check the truck, and oh, he gets one.
A 1-to-1 trade, not what you want to do as a defending faction, but now everyone's freaking out.
But he got the Delta 1 team lead. So a little bit of a leadership element out of the equation. Not a lot, like you said. It's 1-to-1, meaningless, but it could very well slow down GREENFOR as they try and deal with this. Or, you know, it'll still keep them cautious for the rest of the op, I'm sure. And Lee disconnects. He was the guy that got killed.
Sanders.
Task Force 121. Unfortunate. So they're all going to be getting back in their Vics. They might take some of these BLUFOR trucks, because they are the armored ones. They are superior to those unarmored Urals. Apart from that, the real fight's going to be over here at Terminal 3. We still have, I think, about 35 minutes or so remaining, if my math is correct. And
There's about 30 minutes remaining, so yeah, plenty of time.
Plenty of time for GREENFOR to make a decent assault. I'm just concerned about, they because GREENFOR does know where that terminal is exactly. I'm still salty that they decided to block up that view, because now the battle tower cannot have eyes on the entrance to the bunker. So they could. BLUFOR is setting themselves up for a objective win, not a personnel dead win. You know what I mean?
All right, hack 2 complete. Now it's gonna be all in on Terminal 3. Hold up, we have a Vic driving in sideways.
Yeah, the 117 guy
Trying to get a few free kills here.
takes the kneecaps off of Cullen there.
Gets a free kill.
BTR finally noticed Stanners and Stathenberger.
They did take the Humvee. They're using 240 on. I just saw the gunner take 2 hits. Surprise didn't go down. That had to be no, that's 50 cal fire. I'm really surprised that driver isn't dead. Someone got killed on that.
Was that just a gunner or was that both?
That was both. No, wait, that was
No, sideways.
I think that was both.
Yeah, because I'm not seeing the other one. It wasn't Ghoster. He's in the 50 cal Humvee. Who was it?
No, it was Twinking. He was part of a different group because remember, Rec was the original gunner for him. So he's part of a different group, that's why. So the gunner's now getting the driver's seat and going away, but redisabling that 240 car is great because that's going to stop him. There's also a dead, he killed someone in that Vic because they're pulling out his body and looting him, and he did get a free infantry kill. So 2 for 1, he keeps the Vic. Not a bad ratio there.
Typical PLA tactics. Friendly dies, loot his corpse.
Loot the body, yep. Both BTRs are up. Olaf got a replacement for pads. And again, I'm going to be really curious to see how they attack this objective, because if they do a pincer maneuver, I don't think BLUFOR has enough to hold every single angle. I mean, granted, they still have almost all of their roster, but GREENFOR just has that numbers advantage. It was like 50 v 60. Hold up, we got T5 Bay driving a Ural up, Nightshade and Cheese right next to him as a marksman team, but they're not going to be able to line up a shot in time. And that Huey is still up to provide Overwatch data. I'll be curious to see if Pop-Tart tries to meet up with Twig King to get in the 117 there. And you hear that 50 cal Humvee firing again at the helicopter, but I don't think it was close.
Check your Steam messages real quick.
I don't think it was cheating because he fired at both. So I think it was just a lucky guess. Because again, we've seen that strategy before.
Yeah, sure, but like the fact they concentrated on it, I don't know. It's a thing of concern, but there's nothing definitive yet. Well, I'm sure we'll look into it a bit more, but for now, let's focus on the rest of the action. Yeah, Huey's still harassing Terminal 3. Yeah, and now we have GREENFOR way down south. We have Ghost Cholt now pulling up in that M2 Humvee.
Brennan almost getting mowed down.
Right up close to Buckets with that RPG-7. He sees it, whips it out. Oh, he does have the scope. He just doesn't know how to read it, I guess, because he took it off. Using it for the magnification, if nothing else. And, yep, that's what happens. Shot went way over. As Ghoster is opening up on some infantry. Looks like he got a couple kills.
Yeah, he got 2 kills right there. Damn.
Yeah, another rocket went out and still no effect.
AT seemed to miss. What the gunner needs to do, if he's reloading, he needs to point the gun up because that lowers him further into the Huey. But that was a good 2 free kills right there. I think one of them might have been... No, T5 Bay group is further down. Okay. AT going directly in that Huey. Humvee, excuse me.
And
Schultz desperately trying to get out. Fighting with Buckets. Manages to knock Buckets out as he gets knocked to the floor. Grenade getting thrown. Doesn't roll back down, though. Vargrant now trying to go over and check things out.
I saw another quick grenade, but I didn't see where it went. Grenade goes over Cholt.
Yep, Buckets wakes back. Oh, yeah, no, he got shot to shit. And Cholt gets double tapped by Vargrant.
No more brains for you.
Independent appears to be doing a 3-way attack here, but 2 of the attack waves are really, really small compared to the major attack wave. They're just going to go up at the front entrance, which is something BLUFOR wasn't expecting because they have half their forces away from the front. We also have Bridges unconscious. He just woke back up. I think he was picked off by something, but it's hard to tell from what. Got Lolo doing some blind suppression on some more independent guys, but I think these independent guys, because of their small number, their one job is to pull BLUFOR to defend on the south. Because we have all these independent guys coming in from the northwest. And I think they're just gonna, as I was worried about, they're just gonna go in, try to tap it, and then hold that, because all they gotta do is hold it for 90 seconds. What do you think, Barb?
No, I'm with you on that. They have some people overwatching it with the bunkers and the fortifications up
Marksman
here
team's getting fucked.
on the northwest side, just west of the terminal directly. But there's not a lot here. They're spread out pretty thin, and that works as far as like securing this entire kind of circle, this entire perimeter around it. But with the amount of infantry that's coming in directly towards the front, or the northern side at least, of this objective, I think
that gunner is really accurate.
What we saw with round 1 of the EU.
The fact that he's gotten a kill in almost a second, he is able to land those shots so close from so far away.
They'll be able to mobilize from like the south side to the north, but by that point, it's going to be too late.
All right, so Northern BLUFOR defensive, they just put a 40mm out on Apuva and Spudro. Again, they have been a bit of a scouting force as a Charlie 1 machine gun team with the PKP. The assistant has the Vector 21 out. He also has that stolen M72 that he might use here just as a shock weapon. But we're also starting to see, wow, GREENFOR got 2 guys knocked down, Genkilla and Falcon.
Ooh.
And they are just getting picked off immediately by just...
Gen killer that we know?
Yes, that's the gen killer from the 700th. They do have a representation squad in here today, so...
Very nice.
And the 1117 just picked off the gunner in one of the BTR-80s.
Yep. And he's pulling back now. So trading tit for tat a little bit. I'm surprised that these things are staying. I'll say that I'm glad to see these things stay.
Both of those,
taking crew being, half of the crew being killed. They're able to
BLUFOR
mount these and reuse them.
BLUFOR had a marksman team. They are both, actually, as I say that, Cheese wakes back up. All right, remember, Barb, if you think someone's down but you want them to get back up, just bring attention to it and they'll wake back up, because that's what seems to be happening already.
Yeah, I know. When we start to learn how the caster's curse works, then we can manipulate it into our benefit.
Exactly.
Let's go over to Spudro and Apuva. Yeah, they need to hunker down here. Ooh, shot's going right over Apuva's head, but he will survive. The Finnish luck holds out. And of course, as I say that, any second now, a rocket from space will strike them or something.
Otherwise, the fight's looking pretty even. The one misplay right now for BLUFOR is the amount of units they have directed to the south, because Independence Bravo squad, either led by Carlson, yep, it's Carlson leading with Nielsen as the squad leader. They're going to come on an angle that BLUFOR isn't paying attention on, and they could potentially get right on top of the catch with little to no resistance.
Yeah, I mean, they only really have a fire...
1117 going in. Also, long-range Carl Gustav shot managed to hit the BTR-80 and is now cooking off. 1117, I guess, timed that with them, or it was pure luck because they pushed up to flank that BTR-80. Now it's cooking off, and we got a few people close by.
It's a rock in a hard place. Do you want to get killed by the 1117? Do you want to get killed by the explosion? He might be safe now with his feet toward...
Catch missed an AT shot. He is dead by the 50.
Cast is cursed.
So,
that is all, well, I mean, it's probably quicker.
PV2 catch, which is by that 1117. He missed an AT shot on it. They're trying to desperately get more AT over here to deal with it, but I'm not seeing a lot. And that's very worrisome. Otherwise, other BTR-80 is firing up into the hills, trying to get some kills, but people are staying low, and they're also getting AT ready. As I say that, Hoyt gets mowed the fuck down by the BTR-80. But he can still be brought back up.
Meanwhile, on the northeastern side, we're having a 6-man fire team. Actually, I think it's... Yeah, it's 7, actually. Led by Carlson with T5 Bay.
Still anyone's game.
T4 Herb, Nielsen, Schupless. Bunch of familiar names pushing in on this flank that no one seems to be really paying attention to. We'll see if they decide to push inwards and cause some chaos or go straight for the objective. Looks like they might be doing the former.
I don't know where Apuva's buddy went, but I think he's up alone there.
Ridges here. Yeah, this map is perfect for enhanced movement. If we didn't have enhanced movement and we tried to do this map, it would be a lot less dynamic than it is.
Yep. So Bravo, as I predicted, there's a group that's starting to sneak into the perimeter here using enhanced movement to get in there.
Yeah,
Let me guess, you were just talking about that.
Yes.
I know, right? We do that all the time. Otherwise, 1117 has gotten behind the independent flank and is starting to fire in. No kills, though, but they are aware of its presence. But there, again, is no AT on this angle. The infantry are trying to clump up and stay away from it. But that 1117 might go down, catch the other BTR-80 out of position and hit it from the rear. And again, there is no AT around to deal with it.
Yep.
Misu getting picked off. Lolo also running the low ground in the base perimeter for BLUFOR.
And Carlson's group now coming up on the ridge. They're setting up, trying to get inwards. They've taken out Misu, and they're opening fire on Lolo now.
Those guys are getting fucked.
Shades pulling back, trying to get away. Yeah, this is definitely going to cause BLUFOR's garrison here to try and react to this, which could put them out of position. Archer is up on the very top of the ridge with that marksman rifle. If he looks a bit to his right, he might be able to see the GREENFOR aggressors here.
He's trying to scale the rocks here, though. Got to be careful.
He knows what he's doing. I have faith in Arcor.
Are you trying to streamer curse him?
Yes. Because that would be so funny if he falls 5 stories to his death and then his ragdoll looks like a piece of...
He fell into the rock! There you go. All right. You've weaponized the caster's curse. I hope you're happy.
I am so happy.
You were totally fucking cursing him with that bullshit. Ah.
Oh, I can't wait.
Because he saved himself, but now he's stuck in a rock, and I don't think he's going to be able to get out of it.
He might be able to roll out, but that alone was worth it. I hope he does survive, but... Man, that Huey's really surviving.
Yeah, it's been doing a good amount of work. GREENFOR still trying to push on the southern side, but the left flank of that attack, or excuse me, the eastern flank of that attack, a lot of dudes got picked off.
Carlson and his team, they're trying poking around here, trying to take out Mannerheim, but weren't able to get a clean shot. They gotta be careful of this bunker and all these HESCO barriers. Lots of infantry to just poke their heads up and get some
GL just went over.
fire going down. There goes Chupa suppressing the bunkers up there. As they lay down a smoke screen, they're gonna try and make a run for it. Smoke's blossoming.
T4 Herb getting in a 1-to-1 to Mannerheim. Mannerheim wins. Smoke's going out. Carlson is trying to run into the terminal site building. He might get away with it. With that rush, you just gotta kill. He has to kill Mass.
And he's gotta hit it quick before the
And he gets it. He touches it.
And charge will go off any second now.
Yeah, so he's going to get behind it immediately. Now, BLUFOR is in a big pickle here. Charge goes off, but Carlson's okay.
Way too late. Way too late.
Yep. Carlson now coming out, stopping Bridges from getting in. He needs to get Mannerheim as he's reloading, but Carlson is being flanked by Martin, and that timer's going to be reclaimed at 1 minute and 3 seconds.
But here's the thing, because that the result of that is now all of that BLUFOR that was looking north, they switch their attentions now to the east. So this whole 24
exactly
whatever, they're going to
be able to push in if BLUFOR is unable to retake those positions. All the way to the back in the northeast, the 1117 was disabled, but the gunner, I think the BTR gun is disabled because it's not looking up. So it's just trying to, I don't know if the driver's dead. No, I think it's a new guy, someone else in there. But now it's going to be a matter of who can get out and repair the Vic first. Tweaking's trying to do it. That Vic is completely screwed up.
I think the driver's dead, yeah, because I'm not seeing anyone else in the BTR, or like in a BTR icon. So, yeah, both drivers went down, or at least half the, half the...
T5 Bay jumping right in front of Lolo! What the fuck? And Lolo shoots him in the back.
Interesting.
That's why you gotta look before you jump, guys.
There's a
oh my god.
Brady, Drake, and who's this? Nielsen.
That was beautiful.
What's left of the team that went in for the Boogaloo play. And yeah, now a lot of BLUFOR focusing on the north side, northeastern side. Nemesis, Falcon here on the perimeter. Does Falcon have an MG this time? No.
He doesn't have an MG, but he might be able to get some pick-off kills. Nutty Person trying to cover. Nemesis is going to run in and probably kill Nutty Person with a headshot.
Yep.
There's the headshot, yep.
That's what you need. And now, push in. Flood.
Falcon knocking Fist down, but with GREENFOR right on top of this perimeter wall, BLUFOR's recommitted units to the south, but now is not the time.
Sergeant Poe on that position has a 2-4.
Falcon right in and getting Dreek. And also the other guy in there, Warwick trying to drop Falcon. He drops prone. Jameson might save him. But Falcon also being shot by Misu across the area.
Holy shit. Huey did a very close flyby. Dropped off a smoke grenade like a bomb. And that was an interesting play.
Another explosive charge goes off. It was a little premature, unfortunately.
Yeah, Falcon's still alive.
Warwick trying to go and Catch might catch him out of position, but no, he turns away. Hold up, Catch might save Falcon here. Another explosive trap going off. Catch is not... Catch has an easy kill on Warwick. He just doesn't realize it. Falcon might not know as he's about to get flanked, but Catch... Catch isn't quick enough to save him. Warwick finishes off Falcon.
1-1.
Nemesis, I wasn't looking. He appears to have gone down. Apuva's up here. Cosmonaut's gone down. And BLUFOR is... they still got a decent chunk of dudes here. GREENFOR has a few dudes that have pulled around. Potato's still holding rear. Bucket's also coming in. But the numbers for BLUFOR are slowly getting whittled down. But they need to get the rest of those guys that are still outside the perimeter into the perimeter. Because otherwise BLUFOR is going to hold. Apuva getting picked off by Swola in the battle tower. You got PV1 Ryan behind the battle tower too. He just picked off Green Shade.
Tricking makes his way up to the BTR. Pulls out the dead body of the driver. Olaf is still in there moving the turret around. Yeah, I'm really not sure if that gun is still active or not. Oh, but Olaf gets in the driver's seat.
Trying to drive away, almost get running Twig King over. That would have been an accident instead of
Yeah, no
a
way.
bannable offense.
There.
Because he can't see from that angle.
And
But he's just trying to get out of there at that point.
Twig King is running back to 1717, trying to get in the 50. See what they're able to do. But yeah, this BLUFOR team that with Wolf
Wow.
and Lolo over here
Swola popping grenades, hearing Ryan's gun.
stop any attack from GREENFOR in the low ground. They need to push up to the top of the hill.
Finn doing his best trying to pick off this guy. I don't know who it was. Did it. Oh, you're right. Wow. Amazing.
Yeah. What a shocker. But
Bucket's trying to double tap Potato.
the top of this ridge.
Potato holding that corner with a machine gun.
Here, but I think it might be a bit too late. They're looking pretty even on numbers, so they need to really consolidate. And
BLUFOR has the numbers advantage at this point.
so they need to concentrate their forces and get a good push going. More so than anything right now is going to be the consolidation.
Flying
the people
Finn
uniting
might get
together
a few free
against the
kills here.
capitalists.
Funny.
I try.
We could see the 5-man group back here flank round. They left Potato alive. He's back there with the machine gun. But just looking at what we have here in terms of numbers, we got one last wave of dudes to come up, but they need to just try to push to the perimeter here. Otherwise, they're going to get picked off like all the people in front of them. Finn running around is going to get picked off by Arcor. And Martin's on the edge, picking off another GREENFOR guy. Another GREENFOR guy.
Yeah, I saw that one.
He's got an M16 and he is cleaning house. I think GREENFOR's major attack here has flustered. And now it's up to that southern attack wave to come in with its 5 remaining guys. BLUFOR, Night Owl checking out the crash site, killing either Wells or Pierce. I forget. Actually, it was Bassbeard and Pierce who were in there. So
Yeah, I think Wells was the one who survived, but yeah, that's just one more asset less for GREENFOR to use. Yeah, they had a decent spearhead going with Carlson's group, but they weren't really able to.
if they coordinated it better with the northern group to make them push as soon as that contact began and more GREENFOR guys got up to this ridge, I think we'd be seeing a much different result here.
Absolutely.
Falcon just came in my chat and said, I swear to fuck, a 2-year-old with the mental capacity of a potato would have had a better plan than that shitty plan. So I guess GREENFOR had a very bad plan in that regard.
Tactics don't work? What?
Well, I mean, they are Chinese, so it fits well with who they are, but probably not the best for FNF.
They were doing the RP
RP too hard.
But yeah, I mean, I'm with them on that. I personally believe they should have used the armored trucks at BLUFOR spawn. They could have wheels on the one that they shot up, and then the second one. I mean, their armor.
Lolo just blue on blue to dude.
Crashing the line.
Wolf getting shot as they exchange shots with Kevin, but Anderson's coming around to flank, but he is beaten by Patriot on the kill. Still got 5 GREENFOR guys on the border, but someone like Martin is going to just go on the side. We got Arcor going out as well. And Wolf turns around, gets a drop on one of the 5 guys coming around from the other flank. And Night Owl is also close by. So if he gets half a brain to look over this rock, like he could either hear them or hear their footsteps, he could easily get 2 free kills. And right now, GREENFOR cannot afford to trade 1-to-1 evenly. Potato's also left that area, and he might go up and kill 13-107. Gain picked off.
Wolf is now making his way down. Trying to
Yeah, he's under fire. He's got to be careful. Gets hit again in the ass. His gun's flying around. Another hit. A third hit. And that is enough. He might still wake back up, but ay.
Yeah. It's possible, but time will tell. Otherwise, this northern team, they're still alive, but only barely.
8 minutes.
GREENFOR's made a very good defensive position up there. That might game keeps lagging. That's weird.
I could potentially see the remnants of Alpha here taking out Lolo, getting Overwatch, and pulling the BLUFOR guys away, and then maybe if Independent stays alive, pulling around. But we got Arcor cleaning house right here. Just tap Valhalla, just double tap Naps. We still have a BTR. They repaired the BTR, and the gun is not looking down anymore, so it could potentially be usable. Does BLUFOR have any AT left?
That would be the question. Do they have any M2s either?
I'm looking.
Not sure they do.
So far, I haven't seen any. We see some GLs, but...
Swola has the Carl Gustav on top
Yep.
of the tower.
Oh,
That's going to be the position and the weapon. You look, you see it, it's standing still. Swola, take the shot.
He missed, and he just got headshot. Of course. Of fucking course. Someone on the front line had an M72 left, so maybe.
Maybe.
By the way, Arcor has killed everyone on that flank, and yeah, he's on 7 kills now. You got Patriot running around with 4 kills. I think he's gonna try to stick the gun somewhere, but 762 can't penetrate. So yeah, he's just firing. This is gonna distract all BLUFOR though, but we've got, Hoyt with an M72. He's prepping it. He cannot miss this shot, because otherwise BLUFOR is in a lot of trouble, but he's not going to miss the shot. He's just literally going to drive right up there. By the way, it's just down to CO. Lolo was able to kill... Did he miss? Wow.
Yeah, BTR looks fine, and now they're trying to...
Well, this is going to be interesting.
There's a problem with CO, by the way.
Is he stuck in a rock?
I think that's number 3 for tonight.
All right.
I'm seeing some issues. Well, I would say I'm seeing some issues with this.
As long as Olaf keeps the viewports down, he'll be able to shoot people. What they need to do is shoot out his glass, and that's exactly what they're doing. So now Olaf's not going to know.
Well, the glass, I mean... Well, actually, no, I think they disabled the gun with something, because the gun's not pointing down.
I think Olaf's trying to play dead at this point.
That's...
Lolo just fired a random RPG, and that's not... Lolo, bring it forward. Bring it forward. You need that. Lolo! Lolo, come on. Come on. Go deal with the BTR. Come on, buddy. I believe in you.
Yo, he's so frustrated. I don't know if he's I've seen him trying to V-key out, but he needs to try and enhance movement out, because that's what's going to get him out of there.
All right, Lolo grabbing the RPGs. Looking. That's going to be GG, because CO's not going to be able to move. And finally, we get an AT hit. Round desyncs back and forth. It initiates the rest of its scripts. Olaf is dead. That Vic's going to blow up. Another round going in it for good measure. And, I mean, CO is bugged out. And, yeah, he's not going to be able to get out of there.
He's shooting around, trying to draw attention to himself. But, yeah, he's going to be the last one left. He just needs to pull the pin.
That's GG.
Yeah, I would say that's a problem with the map, but that's just a problem with rocks and Arma. Big old rock formations.
Yeah, with enhanced movement, if it does the wrong one where it thinks you're vaulting into it, then you're going to get stuck in there.
Not even that. You go on top of some of the rocks onto Noah, and then like you try and just walk down some of the ridges.
Yeah, it'll clip you in too.
So
I think CO just offed himself.
Yeah, he probably hit respawn or something, and that's going to be all she wrote. Because Fubar Iowa has been down for at least 5 minutes, and is himself Fubar.
All right, so not a bad round 1. It's just, if GREENFOR timed things out a little better, it would have gone okay. Not using those technicals, I think, was a big mistake, because they could have used them to chase down the Humvees and the 117, all of the armored vehicles, because that 117 on the back flank of the original GREENFOR push was really devastating, because I'm willing to bet that's what slowed down the GREENFOR's push. Because the entire western flank had to deal with hiding from that 117 instead, and that's why they trickled in instead of doing that initial push. And again, if they had more people on that ridgeline, they were able to take it and hold it. BLUFOR wouldn't have been able to redeploy all of its units to the ridgeline and hold from the straggling parties remaining. So again, one little decision is all it takes, but that's what happens in Friday Night Fights.
Mm-hmm.